welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. Today we're doing a rolling Project 10 pan update. I have this split into a couple of different parts. First, we have 6 products that I'm trying to hit like long-term goals on. Finishing or hitting pan, things like that. I have 3 products that just have usage-based goals. The goal is to get to 10 uses on all 3 of these products, and then the last item is a palette of the month. No real goal on that item, it's just to get some good use on it, feel like it is appreciated, and not just gathering dust in my collection. So let's start with the products that I'm trying to hit goals on, and I have 1 fragrance in this project. This is Bath & Body Works Whipped Berry Meringue. It is their Fine Fragrance Mist. Now I brought this in to the project, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks before the previous update. So I made a first mark and then at last month's update, and now I am down to this green line. I have used up a little bit more than 2. I just realized they're meringues and not cupcakes. You guys, I have a PhD. Anyway, I've used up about 2.5 meringues worth, and I have 6 meringues to go. So I think that means that I will probably have this done in about 3 months. I think that it'll probably be more like 2, because once I get really close, I'll just be spraying this all the time. This is a really pretty like cotton candy scent. The notes on this are fresh berries, whipped sugar, and fluffy vanilla. Bath & Body Works has brought this out in several different forms over the years. Some of them are called Whipberry Meringue. I think there's a Boardwalk Taffy, Cotton Candy Clouds. I think they're all the same scent, just repackaged based on the collection they're coming out with. I have 2 blushes that I am working on. I don't have a ton of progress to show on either. First, we have this Etude blush in Peach Shoe Wafers. We are really able to see the rings through the pan now. We are really able to see the rings through the product now, but I've worked on one of these in the past and I felt like I could see the rings for months before I hit pan. So I'd like to think I'm close, but I'm not quite willing to lie to myself like that. The other product that I have is Call My Blush from Bare Minerals. This is one of their Gen Nude blushes. It's a mini. I've been trying to finish it for 1.5 years now, and here is where it is. I did make a little bit of progress this month. I think the pan has been expanded. I think that if I really focus on this next month, I won't finish it, but I will be at a point where it'll probably be kind of difficult to nicely coat my blush brush, and probably at a point where I'll be ready to part with it. So that is pretty exciting, but it's not as exciting as the next product. This is Laguna from NARS, and you guys, I hit pan. That was the goal that I had set for myself. I thought that I might then continue and just try to finish it this year, and I might. I mean, I will, of course, continue to use this, continue to enjoy it. It is a really nice blush. It has a nice yellow tone to it. It doesn't pull too orange on my skin, which is a problem I often have with bronzer. Have I been calling this a blush? Whatever, you guys know what I was talking about. It's NARS Laguna. I've used it quite a bit this month. I've used it as an eyeshadow. I wore it in my crease several times, as well as just a general bronzer. Also wore it on my shoulders a few times when I was wearing sleeveless tops. I think that looks really nice mixed with a highlight. So I have quite a sizable little pan in there, and I'm really happy with that. I'm also trying to hit pan on a Super Shock shadow. This is the Cinderella one from their Disney Princess collab, and it is a light blue. I used it 3 times this month, And there is definitely a dip going on, but I don't think I'm anywhere close to hitting pan. I should probably apply a little bit of this after this video. I feel like that would be really cute. Just in the inner corner. I think that would work with this look. Then I would be up to 4 uses. So, really posting those big numbers over here. I didn't even bother to bring the last item that I'm trying to hit a long-term goal on. It is the ColourPop It's a Small World highlight. There's no progress to show. I used it, but it didn't change how the product looks at all. I thought this would be a good time to plug my recent community post. This is for an upcoming video on color. Please, if you are interested in participating, see the link in the description box. I need probably 15 to 20 responses before I will be able to make the video, and I think it'll be really fun. Anyway, thank you so much, and back to the video. So that leaves me with one empty space in my project pan of something to finish or hit a longer term goal on. I chose this YC Collection blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag. I think the first Ipsy bag I got, which was like May of 2020 or something. So this is an older product. It would be good to get it out of my collection. This is their liquid blush in the shade Freesia. Except there's no I in there. Freesia? I don't know. It is a pretty pink. This can be quite pigmented, but I also just put a lot on. Like, it does blend out pretty nicely. It's a nice flush. I feel like I could have worn this today and gotten a similar look to what I have on. I have some windowing in this product, but it's also been stored on its side. So I don't know if that windowing is more a product of it just settling on the bottom half, or if I really am this far along. I think this month as I use this, I will try to store it upright. So hopefully I'll have a better feel of where exactly I am in this product when we talk in June. Now for the products that I'm trying to get to 10 uses on. I had 3 of them, as I usually do. That's not anything unusual. One I did get to 10 uses. This is from 3ina. It is the color pen eyeliner in this bold cobalt blue shade. I used this as a wing most of the time when I wore it. I thought it was pretty. It's just very eye-catching. And that can be a positive. I think it's really pretty. I think especially against brown eyes, this would be stunning. It just made it a little bit hard to wear. So it actually took me 3 full months to hit my 10 uses. The next 2 products are both sitting at 8 uses. I just brought these in last month's video, so not a surprise that they're not at 10 uses yet. First, we have the Pixi Rose Plus Radiance Perfector. This sort of looks like a liquid blush when you squeeze it out, but I've found that on my cheeks it just provides a little bit of glow. I'm wearing it today. It's actually the only color that I would have like towards the center of my face. I really focused my blush a little bit further back and further down than the apple of my cheeks. So there's what it looks like full on, but blending it out, it really just leaves you with a little bit of glow. There might be a hint of pink to the glow, but it's not too much. Then I also have this Fenty cream blush in the shade Pinky Promise. I've used this 8 times. I think it is so fun. It is bright but approachable. Like, I could definitely wear this in a way that would be sort of scary. There is some good pigment to it. It's like a strawberry lemonade kind of color, but it blends out nicely. It is dewy looking on the skin, but doesn't feel tacky at all. I really like this. I've been quite enjoying really cream blushes in general, but this little guy in particular, I feel like it's a really fun color for summer, and it's something that I'm not only looking forward to getting my 2 uses on so I can roll out of the project, but just continuing to use throughout the summer. So I finished 1 product and I'm close on 2 others, so I decided to bring in 2 products to get to 10 uses. The first one is kind of an older product in my collection, but it's one that I've never gotten very good use out of. This is from Vesca. It is their Soft Matte Bronzing Powder in Kissed by Rio. The packaging on this is really nice, though it does tend to attract all kinds of pigment and not wipe away very nicely. Now this is a really light bronzer. I feel like this will be really nice for me because I can put it all over and not be very careful with it. Here is a swatch. It is significantly deeper than my skin tone, so it does act as a bronzer on me. I don't know why I've never gotten much use out of this. I think I was maybe just focusing when I first got it on Park Avenue Princess from Tarte, which I was trying to pan for ages and ages. And then I pretty much directly after finishing Park Avenue Princess moved to working on Laguna. And I think this kind of just fell to the wayside, got lost in the mix a little bit. But I'm looking forward to getting those 10 uses. I don't feel like that will be a challenge. And then the other product is brand new to me. I haven't even swatched this yet. This is the Taupes by Juvia's. It is a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. It's the only Juvia's Place palette I've ever tried. Well, I guess it will be the only Juvia's Place palette that I've ever tried. I haven't tried it yet. Here is that top row. It looks pretty. I want to use this 10 times, and on top of just getting 10 uses, to use every shade at least once. I do not foresee that being difficult. These are the types of shades that I wear to work, so yeah, it should be pretty easy. I think I'm going to like this. Just swatching things out. That center shade looks a little bit weak, but I feel like I could apply it wet and get a really pretty shimmer. It has sort of a rose gold shimmer particle going through it that looks really pretty. The other 2 shades swatched really well, so we'll see how this one works out for me. And that leaves us with just the palette of the month segment to go through. Today I am wearing my April into May palette of the month, which was the Natasha Denona Retro Glam. I feel like this is a very pretty look that I've ended up with, and it's pretty different than most of the looks that I did with this palette this month. Most of the time when I wore this palette this month, I was just reaching for the cool toned neutrals. I wore Oscar probably 2 to 3 times a week this entire month. And I would often put either Lucy, which is this light brown, Faye, which is the deeper brown, or some mixture of Holly and Belle. So these 2 pinks in the crease. Really quick, really easy, made getting ready a snap, but not exactly exploring the depth and breadth of what this palette can do. I got a little bit closer to exploring the breadth of the palette's capabilities with this look today. This little 60s mod look that I think turned out pretty nicely. I quite like this. This is probably my favorite palette in my collection. I feel like that changes almost minute to minute. You could ask me tomorrow and I might have a different answer, but I feel like this is always at least in the top 3 or 4. It's a really beautiful palette. I think it is an easy color scheme to wear without, being boring. And that's a hard balance to hit. I think they did a really good job with this one. I wouldn't say that the May palette of the month is easy to wear, but it is very interesting. This is from ABH. It's their Norvina collection, the Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. I got this at TJ Maxx, and I think it is so fun and surprisingly easy-ish to wear. There are definitely shades in this palette that I find more approachable than others. I love these two purples at the bottom. These two shimmers are lovely, and I think it'll be really fun to bring this out now in May and going into June because of these brighter shades. This feels very summery. It's bright without being super overwhelming, and I think that I can mix it and match it with shades in my, oh, what's that called? I Want Pan project, where I am using my single shadows. I have quite a few neutrals in there. The Taupes by Juvia's might not be a great match. We'll have to see. But I feel like there are ways to make this easy to wear in a way that I could even take to work. Like this light sort of coral orange shade is very bright, but I feel like in the crease this could be quite approachable. Same story for this bright pink. Like I said, there's 4 shades that are already pretty easy in here. I think it'll be fun. Might be a little bit of a challenge, but it'll be fun, and I think I'll really enjoy using this. I've always been really happy with the quality of this palette. And I think that is it for the update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.